We are live. Hey everybody, my name is Jen Gear and my fabulous friend, your upline sponsor somewhere above you, Becky, invited me to come on. I was stumbling there for a second, but invited me to come on to teach you about pirate ship and mailing your stuff. So I'll give you a little bit about me, and then I'm going to teach you the tricks of pirate ship and why I choose pirate ship. Now, like I said, my name is Jen Gear. I have been with Paparazzi Accessories since 2011. Hey, Becky! I signed up in 2011. I didn't really start working it till 2017. Yes, you heard that right. I joined Paparazzi because it was $5, because I earned 45%, and the main reason was because I could sell it inside my brick and mortar store that I shared with 4 other ladies. We had our own little boutique, we sold all kinds of stuff, and Paparazzi kind of fell in our laps. But about 3 years ago, life changed and I wanted to work full-time from home. So I quit every other business I was doing. There was a lot. My hand was in so many different baskets and I went full with Paparazzi, and I'm not looking back because it's absolutely amazing. So you have a great upline sponsor. If she's your director, she's up there somewhere. She's absolutely amazing. She helps me a lot. So I'm very thankful she gives me this opportunity to pop in here. If you have any questions about pirate ship or about mailing, definitely drop them below. At the end of this quick training, I will go over it. I will answer all of them to the best of my knowledge. So if you guys are tuning in, say hello. It's always fun to see who's popping on. But when I mail stuff, I've learned from trial and error. I am definitely the person that screws it up and then figures out how to fix it. So when mailing stuff, one of the biggest things, and we'll start from the basics, right? We got to start from the basics, because if you don't know, you're going to fall into that trap of, oh my gosh, I should have did it different. And yes, sometimes we got to learn that way. But when you have jewelry and you are mailing something, if you mail these two together in one bag like that, I'm only showing you this because I've done this. Do you think that's going to survive? No. And then when your customer gets it, because this package gets all thrown around here and there, they're going to pull it out and it's going to be all discombobulated or whatever. This one came apart very well, but they will tangle, okay? So I make sure every item that I have, unless it's a bracelet that won't tangle, I make sure they have bags, okay? Everything I mail is individual. It has its own individual packaging. It doesn't matter. I really love these bags. You get them from Walmart. I know you can get them from anywhere else. Big stores, Amazon. These are clear jewelry bags. Now, I'm OCD a little. I do love different sizes, and I even like these ones for the rings. They are super tiny. Let me find something there. You guys can kind of see it here. Let's try that. Can you kind of see that bag? Okay. They're tiny, but they fit the rings. They're so cute. So I make sure when I mail my stuff, you know, they go in. Hi guys. They go in separate bags. Okay. I did use these for years. These are bags from NileCorp.com. I used these for years. Why? Because I thought they were so cute, right? And they have smaller ones that are about this size, and they have bigger ones. I used them for years because I thought they were cute. But one thing I found when I couldn't get these once, this takes up less room in your bubble mailer than this. Yes, so you end up using smaller bubble mailer envelopes and saving money. So I went to buying these instead of these. But I do love these. These are cute. If you're doing craft fairs and events, these are super cute and super, super inexpensive. So my favorite bags, right? You got to use different bags for your stuff. When I bag my goodies for my customers, actually, here's one right here. I like to buy, these are inexpensive at the dollar store. When I mail something out, I want it to look somewhat cute, you know, instead of a plain, boring, clear bag. Yep. I want something to jazz it up a little bit that's super cheap. Now, when you're running any kind of business, it doesn't matter whether it's network marketing or whether you're running a big corporation. The biggest thing is to keep your business expenses low, very low to non-existent, right? So if you can use cheap bags, tissue paper. Yes, Dora, I just seen that tissue paper. They are great, okay? So any sort of little bag to jazz it up just a little bit, I'm telling you, it's either tissue paper coming out of that envelope or something like this. Your customers are gonna pay attention, okay? Let's see our next thing. So I use bubble mailers that are plain and boring. In my opinion, yes, you can get hot pink ones and colored ones, but yes, to me, they cost more. And to me, they also get thrown in the trash. So I buy super cheap yellow bubble mailers. Hey guys, this is probably the biggest one I use. This one is about the size of a piece of paper. This one is the one I use the most. It's like a 6x9, and they have the tape on the top. And then I use this mini one. Now I purchase mine in bulk from mailersusa.com. Don't worry about all these websites. I texted Becky a list, and she'll share it with you with all the stuff, okay? So if you want to write notes, fantastic. Okay, so these are my main favorites. I buy them in bulk from bubblemailers.com because if you buy in bulk, like you're planning ahead, you get them for a few cents cheaper. Again, keeping that bottom line, that expenses low, okay? So now this one, these ones, guess what? You get these for free. Yes, free 99 from the USPS. Now there's lots of free mailing supplies from the post office, and it just popped in my head, so I'm gonna tell you. There's one that's a sticker that says fragile. Do not get the free fragile stickers and put them on your package. Why? Because you'll get charged $10. Lesson learned, okay? I do get the free bubble mailers from USPS.com. Create yourself an account, go in and search free mailing supplies. You can get bubble mailers, you can get, I got some boxes right here. You can get boxes as they get bigger. But the one trick I'm going to show you with Pirate Ship is sometimes those paparazzi boxes that we get our stuff in, they're cheaper to mail than these ones, okay? But you can get all this stuff for free from the post office. They'll mail it directly to your door. It's free. But I'm going to give you some tips when we get to Pirate Ship, okay? These I use the most of if my orders are over a pound, okay? If my package weighs more than a pound, you're going to want to use this. Now, a pound is 16 ounces, okay? We're teaching my kids stuff, right? So I got to teach everybody. So that's what we use there. Yes, they're free all the time. All the time. USPS.com. Telling you. All right, so we got our packages. Now, the bubble mailers, you can get, I mean, if you Google it, hundreds come up. You can get them from Amazon, the store. If you purchase in bulk, obviously you save money. Now, if you're like, Jen, I can't pay $30 for a box of envelopes. I'm never gonna use them. Okay, for one, change your mindset. You will use them because you will be rocking it and you'll be selling lots of jewelry. For two, if it is too much of an expense to spend $30 at one time, split it with a girlfriend, right? You gotta have Papa sisters somewhere near you. See if they wanna split a box of envelopes, okay? Okay, so next one is food scales. This is how I weigh my packages to be mailed. This one is a digital. I definitely recommend a digital one. I want to say I paid $15 for this. I'm not sure. It was at Walmart, you know, super cheap. And it's digital, so it weighs, you know, it weighs ounces. It weighs liquid ounces, all that. You definitely want to make sure it's on the pounds, you know. Okay, so those are super cheap. Scales, you want to have a scale. So this is the stuff you need. Okay, so then other stuff you need, tape, right? We need tape, and I'm going to go through each step. Now, to use any sort of mailing program, you're going to need either a phone or a laptop. That's how you're going to print your labels. And I'm going to show you the printer I use as well. You're going to use either a thermal printer or an old school printer. I call them old school because I don't use mine very often anymore. This is my beast. See, we're in my mailing room here. I got a little tiny room. But that's my old school beast mailing thing that takes toner, and toner's like freaking $60 a thing. So a Rollo printer or any kind of thermal printer is definitely worth the investment down the road because it's cheaper. All right, let's see. All right, see, I'm talking fast, guys. So if you have questions, drop them below. I definitely talk quick when I want to show you lots of stuff. So we're going to flip around. I'm going to show you a few things, okay? So we've got, here's that roller printer I was talking about. Now, this thing was about $160 on Amazon. I will tell you, I held out for the longest time to purchase this thing. And once I did, I'm like, Jen, why didn't you buy this thing years ago? It was so worth the investment because it's a thermal printer. What does that mean? It means it prints on these labels with heat. Okay, it's a heat. It's really cool. It's kind of like getting a receipt from the grocery store, right? It's a thermal receipts, right? So then you're saving on ink. You're never going to buy ink for this thing. The only thing you buy is labels. I buy these from Amazon. They're $20 for 500, okay? Now my printer, don't get me wrong, you guys that still use printers, this thing is awesome. It's broken, but I'm using it as a visual, right? It uses a toner cartridge that costs about $70. On this, you're going to have to use a toner cartridge, you're going to have to use paper, and then you're going to have to tape it to your envelope unless you buy the labels, and you can do that as well. So, okay, so we are going to, I think I can hold you. Let me shut off my light so you don't get that glare. We are going to walk through one of my customer's order that needs mailed, okay? So I saved this for you so you can see from beginning to end. So cool things about Pirate Ship. In here, it saves your customers' names, okay? So let's go to ship one and then I'll show you where everything goes. So our customer, one-handed here. Let's see, her name is Tiffany. I know who it is, so Tiffany, I'm gonna type her in. And I've mailed to her before, so it'll pull up. Now, the only important thing is you got to make sure you have the right Tiffany. Okay, so this is my friend Tiffany. I pulled her up. When you're entering your customer, definitely put in their email because it will give them an emailed receipt that their stuff is on their way. It will give them a tracking code so they can see where their stuff is at all times. So we got our friend here, okay? Now I'm going to come over here to my scale. I use a little tub on here, so I clear it out so it's at 0 weight, okay? I put Tiffany in there. Hey, Tiffy. And then I need a mailing. What has she got in there? She's got one little thing. Okay, so she can use the small envelope. Okay, so I weigh it with the envelope. It is 1.1, okay? So you want to round up. You always want to round up. I will tell you that Pirate Ship, the smallest amount of package you can mail is 3 ounces. So just a tip. Now, we come here. Now, this stuff is all saved for me, but I want to walk you through it. Here, I use a P.O. box. Okay, so I have my business through a P.O. box. And I have my personal address if I'm mailing something to my family or something like that. Now, you can save your packages in here, and I did. So I have my small, my minis, my medium, and I used to have really big packages. You can save them in there, but you can see that the weight would be different. So if you're mailing really heavy jewelry, it can change, and that's okay. So you can see here's our mini. Over here, it's preset at 3 ounces for me, but I can change the ounces by going to modify package, and I come down and I just change the ounces to whatever that was. What was it? 1.1, so we round up to 2. It already has my package dimensions, so I don't have to enter that each time. That's why you would want to save them. Now, there's other options you can do. Signature confirmation, insurance, and qualifies for media mail, meaning if you only have books, music, or whatever, right? You'll get a better deal. But note, if you're ever mailing books or music, you can't have anything else in that package. Just a tip, okay? Now, insurance. The insurance covers you up to $50 for your product when it goes to your customer, but that is only if the post office breaks it, if the post office rips it open, if they misplace it, then that's on them. If they mail it to your customer and it gets delivered to your customer's house, because yes, they scan here. We'll move this way so you don't have to stare at that screen. But if they scan it and it's at your customer's house and that's where they scanned it last, and look at crazy eyebrow, she drive you crazy. She says, oh, it was stolen off my porch. It's happened, right? Very rarely this happens, but if it does, that is up to you to decide whether you want to replace those items for that customer or not, or if you want to tell them, sorry, I mailed it to you, it was shipped to your house. It's sorry. So that's up to you what you want to do. In my opinion, I replace it for the customer. I do it once. And then again, there's so many factors into that too. I mean, and that's completely up to you how you do it. Me, I take care of my customers, okay? If something's missing, I get it. I tell you how long have I been selling? 8.5 years that I have been with Paparazzi, I've had like 3 orders stolen. 3, that's it. So it really, in that time frame, it's not much. All right, let's flip back around. Okay, so hazardous materials, no, we don't have any of that. Customs, you don't have to do any of that stuff, okay? So basically, this is my package, okay, that I'm mailing. But if you were to use those bubble mailers or any other ones that the post office provides, or a box, right? If you're going to mail it in a box versus a bubble mailer, it's all right here. Now let's go here. If you're mailing a box, this is where you measure those and put your weight in, pounds and ounces there. So you would measure this, okay? That's all put in there as each package that you mail. But here are those boxes that you can get from the post office. Like I said, you're going to want to check prices because sometimes it's cheaper to mail out of those recycled Paparazzi boxes. Down here is that padded envelope I told you I use a lot. Make sure it says padded when you go to do it. Just read through it. Pay attention to make sure the box and package that you have mails, because when you mail it, they are going to be able to see that information on the tag, okay? So we have, since we're mailing just Jen's basic boring envelope, right? Boring yellow. We got ours at the 3 ounces because they don't do anything less than 3. So we click get rates. Now this is where, oh, see, I knew I shouldn't have did that. Boop. So envelope. Jen's messing stuff up, and good thing I'm doing it while we're live, right? Here, let's go here. Mini envelope, okay? And we were 2 ounces, but there we go. It should work. All right, now we'll move on to the next screen. So this here has her address up there. It has her email. It has my return address and what you're doing, okay? So as you scroll down, it automatically mails to first class package, okay? And you're saving 28% doing this from home. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to go stand in line at the post office. I never have. This shows the ship date. I leave that because that's, when it gets shipped out. And then it'll email your recipient on that date as well. This shows you how much you are going to they are going to deduct from your bank account. Now we're going to flip quick because I got a tip. One thing with Pirate Ship that I learned is you want to set up like a deposit amount, and you just click on payment details, and you can put, mine is $50. So I have a $50 credit. Once that $50 is gone, a box will pop up and it'll say, Jen, you're out of money. Can we charge your card $50? And it's my bank card. So I click yes. So I will get a $50 charge. So I have a credit in Pirate Ship for $50. Now, the reason I did this is in the beginning, I didn't want them to have a credit. So every $2, $5, $6 kept coming out of my bank account. And I'm mailing 20 packages. The bank is like, oh my gosh, we got scammed. We got somebody stealing her money. So they blocked my account. Yes, lesson learned. Set up some sort of amount that when you're done with $25, $20, whatever, it'll just charge your card $20 versus $274, $395, $645, and you don't have a bank statement with 400 different charges, okay? Let's flip back around. So if for some reason you want to see if it's cheaper to mail it in a different package like a box, you would just come down here and click previous step. It would take us back. It does not charge you. It takes us back to the basic screen again, and then you can choose a different package, say one that's prepaid or one of these fancy ones from the post office, or you can go back to your basic package that you have, okay? So you can go back. It does not charge you until, until we get over here where it says buy label, okay? So we've bought our label. It still has not charged you, okay? Look at this. So we can come up here and click print label. Now on my screen, it comes up here. It shows me my label, okay? Now, if for some reason this stuff does not pop up, refresh your screen. That's happened to me before too. So you click the little printer icon. Now yours may look differently than mine. My friend Misty uses Pirate Ship as well. And I don't know if it's just a different computer or what. It's just a tad different. So I click print and it prints. Now wait a few seconds because sometimes if your internet's slow, it won't print all the way. So here's our label, okay? Now, what if your label gets all crunched up or it gets all messed up in your printer, okay? You can come here. See, there's nothing there. Do you see how it disappears? Yeah. You just come down here and it'll pull back up and you can print it again. And it doesn't charge you, okay? So it'll print again. And it won't charge you. Just make sure you throw away the original one first. I would hate to mail the one that we said we didn't use. Okay, so we have our package. We're going to flip around for a second because this will be a little easier to show you. So we have our package, okay? I put my mailing label on the package before I put the products in the package. Now, if you're afraid your products aren't going to fit in the package, you know, if the package size is, if you think, well, I don't know if it'll be that tiny one or if it should be a bigger one, make sure to try it first. But if you put your label on there first, it's nice and flat. Okay, now if you shove all your stuff in that package and then put your label on, it'll get all crinkled. And that just creates a problem for our postman. So any way you can save someone else some hassle, do it. You know, put it on there, it's nice and flat. Now you can see my package is kind of big, right? If you look at this, you're like, how's that gonna fit? Usually I take my jewelry and I always put flyers in mine. I always have a return flyer if they have something broken or if they have any issues with it, and kind of a little, you know, what is it called? The 5 S's, how to take care of your jewelry. That's in there, along with a flyer to either join the company, fundraise with me, or host with me. I always put that stuff in there, okay? Always have something that connects them back to you, because they might buy from you, they may buy from their sister down the street, they may buy from a girlfriend in California. Always have something so they know this is from you. So what I do is I gently find my jewelry. I know she only has one necklace, so I can pull this and I can fold it over, right? And it goes in there perfectly. Now, these ones, they have just the strip, the sticky strip, right? And put it over, obviously. There we go. Now, these are great, but this stuff can get ripped off. You see how easy that is to rip off? I always recommend just a cheap piece of tape. I buy the cheapest tape, but it fixes those edges, okay? Now, this package is not going to get ripped open in the post office's machines. It is going to more than likely make it to the person that you're mailing it to, okay? So, where was I going after that? But that's basically in a nutshell how to get it in the package, taped on there. Okay, that's where I was going. Okay, so if you're like, how do I know if my customer got her order? Now, I have a customer that might email me and say, Jen, I didn't get my package. Where's it at? Well, yes, they got an email from Pirate Ship, but sometimes emails go to the junk folder, right? So this is how I'm going to show you how to find the packages that you mailed. So if you go to ship, you click on ship, you can come here and click search previous labels, and you can search for anybody. So we'll use Pauline, okay? Pauline ordered it quite a while ago. Let's see if it pulls up. So this will pull up Pauline. She ordered in 2019. Right here is her tracking code, okay? You can click on her tracking code, and it will tell you that it was delivered on this date at this time and where it was at. Now, you can come down here and you can click on tracking history and you can see everywhere it went. So there's lots of uses for this USPSPostoffice.com. You know, you can track stuff. You can see when those people ordered. So you can see this customer here has ordered from me on these dates, right? And it shows every order she has. And it's all there, okay? And you can print these out. You can really have some fun with this. But it really is super simple. The perks that I love about Pirate Ship is that it's free. I did use the other one, stamps.com, for a while, but they were charging me each month just to have the service. Now, from my experience, Pirate Ship does the same thing, except for like if I'm mailing an envelope, like something flat. To me, it's cheaper okay, so say I'm mailing something to my team, maybe a letter. It's cheaper for me to buy stamps to mail that letter than use Pirate Ship. And that's the only difference I have found, is because Pirate Ship, the lowest weight they do is 3 ounces. And if I'm mailing a letter to my girlfriend, it's cheaper to buy the, the Forever stamps and mail it that way. So if you Google Pirate Ship, this morning I did it, and there's so many different tips on different weights, different technical terms. I didn't want to cover all of that with you today. I want to show you the basics, that it is really simple to use this program. Putting your customers in, the important stuff is make sure that their names are spelled correctly, make sure their emails correctly, and you will be fine because it saves that information. Now, if you are going to, here's one more tip. If you are going to put in Mary Jones, okay? Now, Mary Jones moved. If we do, who moved? Somebody moved today. She texted me. But if they move and they go to a new address and you enter in her new address, because you can change just that address portion, like her address, but you can keep the name and the email in Pirate Ship. The one thing, important tip, is after you send it, meaning you batch it through, you print your label, go back and delete the old address, because Pirate Ship will keep both addresses, and you don't want to, accidentally send it to the wrong address because they moved. I've done that before. That's the other tip that popped in my head. So ask me questions, guys. I'll scroll back through and see what I might have missed, but that's it in a nutshell. You can get really technical. Like I said, if you Google Pirate Ship this morning, there was so many cool things about it. But I covered most of them with you. If you want to get into the detail of exactly dimensions and weights, you can save some money on there. So definitely check it out. So, Kira, that's a pretty name, Kira. Quick question. I have those fragile stickers. I do use them. Are you saying, just to clarify, not to use those stickers? Okay, so use the ones that are not from the post office is totally okay. But if you get the free ones from USPS.com, they charge you $10. Now, bless that lady's heart, man. She's like, Jen, I know you mail a lot. I see you in here all the time. She goes, I want to show you this really quick. And I could have got charged like over $150, and she didn't. But she told me, she goes, don't use the ones from the post office. Use the ones that you can order from Amazon. They just say fragile, okay? Don't use the post office fragile ones. Let me scroll back. You're switching from PayPal to Pirate Ship. Awesome. I've never used PayPal, so I can't compare. I really don't know how to work it. Yes. Yes, use the cheapest ones you can. Yep. Rolo is awesome. Becky did get one, right? You can't wait. You ordered one, right? And the free boxes are awesome. Yep. And you wrap in tissue paper. Awesome. So if you guys have any questions, drop them below. I would be happy to answer anything about those. Make sure I didn't miss you guys. But yeah, I mean, to me, spending the time here, getting all my packages ready, I can take them to the post office. You can also have your postmaster pick them up from your door. I live on a very windy hill. Mine would blow away. So, and I don't mind. My post office actually has a box too that you can pull down and you can drop your packages in. Because I usually, when the kids were going to school, I would go to the post office before I dropped the kids at school and drop all my packages in there and then go home, or vice versa when I was picking them up. So absolutely, you got the big roll from Amazon. That's cool. I'm going to unbox my Rolo. Becky, I'm so happy for you. It really is one of those things where you're going to be like, I really wish I would have bought this 5 months ago, 6 years ago. Yes, totally there. But it saves on the tape. It saves time. I just encourage you, check it out, look at the stuff, see what it's worth to you. You don't have to buy a printer. I did as my business grew. So in the beginning, yes, keep your business's expenses as low as you can, but save for the things that are going to make your business easier. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate you. If you have any other questions, drop them down below or ask Becky because she's absolutely amazing. Bye, everybody.